DSE Training and Assessment. Introduction. Many Capita employees use display screen equipment, DSE, for a significant part of the working day. It is accepted there are health risks associated with this type of activity. The display screen equipment regulations were introduced in 1993 to control these risks and ensure Capita provide users with adequate information on the health risks, guidance, instruction and training to help reduce or avoid those risks. Capita's main duties are identify DSE users, meeting minimum workstation requirements whilst ensuring a comfortable working environment, provide information, instruction and training, provide eyesight tests to DSE users, establish effective work routines with appropriate work activity breaks. Capita will conduct an assessment of your workstation at regular intervals to help to reduce those risks further, and this course sets out to train you how to set up your workstation and to use your equipment correctly to reduce the risks associated with DSE use, to give you more information and guidance on the hazards associated with DSE. It is important to remember you as an employee have responsibilities under the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974 to look after your own health, safety and welfare and not to put yourself or others at risk, to use the equipment provided safely as instructed and to report any hazards to their employer. Health risks. There are three main risks to your health associated with working with a computer: musculoskeletal disorders, eyesight effects, fatigue and stress. Musculoskeletal disorders. There are a range of disorders associated with DSE work activities, such as aches and pains affecting the arm, hands, shoulders and neck. These are broadly described as work-related upper limb disorders, WRULDS. The symptoms range from temporary fatigue or soreness of a limb to chronic soft tissues, tendon and muscle disorders that can be exacerbated by working with DSE. Some medical terms are used by GPs when diagnosing health conditions. These include carpal tunnel syndrome, tendinitis, tennis elbow, repetitive strain injury. As with other sedentary tasks, DSE work can give rise to back pain or make existing pain worse, all of which can be avoided by taking simple precautions and carrying out adjustment of equipment to suit your needs and reporting any concerns immediately to your line manager and, if necessary, consult your GP. Eyesight effects. Medical evidence shows continual use of DSE is not associated with permanent damage to eyes or eyesight. However, continual use of DSE without taking work activity breaks will increase the risk of visual fatigue, which is temporary. This can cause sore eyes, blurred vision or headaches. All DSE users are entitled to a free eyesight test between 2 to 3 years if required. Capita arrangements can be found on Capita Connections S&E pages. Fatigue and stress. Poor work practice and WRULDS can also lead to discomfort, stress, fatigue, and eventually may cause injury. This may be linked to tasks such as continual pressure to meet deadlines, demands of the work perceived excessive, insufficient time for taking appropriate work activity breaks or formal lunch breaks, carrying out repetitive tasks or tasks requiring high attention and concentration, lack of training on software. Effects on pregnant women. Research conducted by scientists showed no link between miscarriages or birth defects and working with DSE. Therefore, pregnant women do not need to stop working with DSE. To avoid anxiety or discomfort, a new and expectant mother's risk assessment should be carried out at various stages of pregnancy to assess and reduce any risks to mother and baby. Radiation. There is no substantial evidence that there are any possible effects that electromagnetic radiation is harmful to pregnant women or to staff in general. The levels of radiation emitted from display screens are well below those set out in international recommendations for limiting risk to health. Epilepsy. Work with DSE has not been known to induce epileptic seizures. People suffering from very rare photosensitive epilepsy, who can react adversely to flickering lights and patterns, find they can safely do normal office tasks using a display screen. By carrying out simple adjustments to your workstation and reporting any problems or ill health to your line manager, you'll reduce risk greatly. Your workstation. Why your chair and desk are important. It is important to adjust your chair and desk to suit you because it will affect the way you sit and work throughout the working day. A good sitting position is back upright, maintaining the spine's natural S-curve. Shoulders relaxed. Forearms horizontal with upper arms vertical and hanging loosely by your sides. Feet flat on the floor or supported. Remember, you will not be able to achieve a good sitting position unless your chair is properly adjusted. Your chair. Height adjustment. Raise or lower the chair until your forearms are just above the desk. Your chair should be high enough so your knees are slightly lower than the level of your hips and your feet are placed forward of your knees. Sitting on or putting your legs behind you or on your chair base will restrict circulation. Your feet should be flat on the floor. If you cannot reach the floor at this height, you may require a footrest. No pressure should be on the back of the knees or thighs. Adjustable seat back. Your back should be fully supported against the backrest and should fit comfortably into the base of the spine. Armrests. Armrests are not essential and can sometimes restrict movement into the desk. If you have them, make sure they are set at the correct height, leaving enough space to work comfortably. Posture. No posture should be maintained for long periods. This will cause muscle tension and fatigue. You should take regular breaks throughout the day to allow your muscles to relax and improve circulation. Your desk. There must be enough space for all your equipment and to allow you to work with ease. The height of the desk should allow you to sit comfortably without being forced into an awkward position. The space under your desk should be sufficient to allow you to sit comfortably and move your legs freely. It should be free from obstructions to allow you to sit without being forced into an awkward position, so try to remove any equipment or files. Keep your desk clean and tidy and clear away work and documents you are not currently using to make best use of your workspace. The surface should be free from glare and reflection. Ensure the area is free from cables so that they do not get entangled with your feet or footrest. All cables should be run in cable casing. This prevents entanglements, and in cases where cables are run from some distance, it prevents people from being tripped up by them.